Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me again in this live section. And if you take a look at what is going on now, we'll be talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's son. You guys are aware that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's son sent strong message to Biafrans. Now, regarding Nnamdi Kanu's son yesterday, he spoke with a strong awareness of justice and a firm confidence that Biafra will be looking to for the next generation. Land of the rising sun is the future. You guys have seen this little boy who is now willingly to take over his father, because even through his action you can see the way he was speaking with so much awareness of justice and a firm confidence that Biafra will be looking to for the next generation. I will even say that this boy is a son of he's a true son of his father, because the way he was speaking alone, it shows that this boy knows so much about Biafrans. Guys, take a look at this video and I'll be right back.
We remember the victims of terror and tragedy. We remember the millions of defenseless women, men and children bound to the markets, strapped to their death in schools and hospitals by Soviet MiGs and piloted by Egyptians. We remember Warrant Officer 1, Elijah Anosike, Staff Sergeant Ewo Ejiogo, Warrant Officer 2, Ndarake Uya, Staff Sergeant Davidson Njoku, Staff Sergeant Sylvanus Ezeku, Sergeant Evan Jim Udo, Corporal Price DK, Corporal Michael Akudike, Corporal Johnson Ago, Lance Corporal Gabriel Okezi, Sergeant Mbanefo Lawrence Ofun, Sergeant John Ukeje, Sergeant Major Albert Ogumba, Sergeant Hyacinth Obaji, Sergeant Emmanuel Ochi, Sergeant Peter Ejinako, Sergeant Nana Otumetre, Sergeant Morris Abeli, Sergeant Peter Ndubisi, Sergeant Obed Adinu. Using a lighted candle. Wait.
Look at Japan. There is no mineral resources here. All you can see is brain resources. Look at building. This is Japan. Everything is working accordingly. They don't need nobody to help them. Everything is working here. Look at flyover. This is flyover. Japan do not have mineral resources, but they do have brain resources. But in the zoo, all we have is criminal politicians. Milking the nation to the ground. Shame upon them all. Biafra shall be free. Woo! I told you that Japan do not have mineral resources. All they have is brain resources. Look at what they built. We have mineral resources that cause us mayhem, cause us trouble in the highest order. We pray God let that mineral resources dry up so that we can have peace. We do not belong to Hausa Fulani. Free Biafra, let it be. Free Biafra! Biafra! God bless Japan. God bless Japan. God bless Japan. God bless Biafra. God bless Biafra. Free Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu. When Nigerian citizens see the details of the Supreme Court statement today, they will marvel at how, after saying all these illegality that the federal government and their security agencies committed, all they had to do was that the primary court said the appeal court said that the primary court had no jurisdiction. So they condemned the appeal court for taking that decision. Therefore, because the primary court had jurisdiction, the case should go back to them. So if in all these atrocities they committed, they had killed Nnamdi Kanu, what will be the basis of the primary court and its jurisdiction? What will be the basis of it? You know, when I started, I talked about judicial rascality. So what it empowers is security rascality. Because you cannot tell other police, army, navy, air force, condemn them plainly, and then you exonerate them. So you give them license to kill Nigerians, just like they are doing in Plateau, killing people. They are doing in Benue. Herdsmen are killing people. But you haven't had any person in this country condemn the herdsmen of Nigeria for killing hundreds of thousands of Nigerians. You haven't had them condemn the killings in southern Kaduna. So the security agencies have been encouraged to recklessness. And recklessness is not about spoken word. Recklessness with gun, killing Nigerian citizens. So if anybody, when Nigerian citizens see the details of the Supreme Court statement today, they will marvel at how, after saying all these illegality that the federal government and their security agencies committed, all they had to do was that the primary court said, the appeal court said that the primary court had no jurisdiction. So they condemned the appeal court for taking that decision. Therefore, because the primary court had jurisdiction, the case should go back to them. So if in all these atrocities they committed, they had killed Nnamdi Kanu, what will be the basis of the primary court and its jurisdiction? What will be the basis of it? And look at the whole panel, about 7 judges, not one Igbo man, not one person from the southeast, not one person from the south. So it's a contrived business to put that boy, to put him behind bar. And we have been asking that they should turn him to Kuje prison. They refuse. Why wouldn't they allow him to go to Kuje prison? Why keep him at the DSS? Why? So it shows you that Nigeria is not interested in fighting insecurity. Because if they were interested and they love this country, they would have seen that Nnamdi Kanu is a major instrument that will bring security. Southeast will be a beginning. The other parts of the country would have been a follow-up. So it's unfortunate that you condemn security forces for the crimes they commit and you exonerate them by keeping Nnamdi Kanu there and asking that we go back again, to start case from, Federal High Court Africa. What actually is the sin of Nnamdi Kanu? Asking for justice for everyone. That's what he's saying. That the Southeast has been completely, excommunicated from everything that happens in this country. So we pray that this young man, I don't know whether you have had the privilege to speak with him, one of the most brilliant young men you can ever come across. Not only is he brilliant, but well spoken. Why this country shows you that we have no values. Can you imagine a boy that a whole zone respects? A whole zone respects him. Who else, apart from M.I. Opara in those days and Dr. Nnamdi Kanu, they don't have as much respect as this young man. That would have been an advantage for Tinubu and his government with the National Security Advisor to say, look, how do we seriously start to curb this insecurity in the country? If this boy is so loved by his people, why don't we sit him down and discuss with him, know where he's coming from? If there are things he's agitating against we can solve, we start doing something. And look at Northwest and Northeast. Look at where the country is today. Everywhere is war, killing people. Killing is no more, it's an admirable, concept in Nigeria now. Any day nobody is killed, you don't hear it, then it's abnormal. But in a normal day, hundreds killed in herdsmen in Benue Plateau, in southern Kaduna, in the southeast, then not to talk of the bandits and Boko Haram in northeast and northwest. That one is a daily occurrence, killing hundreds of thousands. We're a country without statistics. If we have good statistics, people will riot to know the number of Nigerians who are dying. Every town now, in all parts of the country, people are burying people. People go to bed, they won't wake up. So it's all cumulative effect of this total insecurity. Probably you do work somewhere, nobody pays you. You are working for somebody, you are not paid. You go to bed, you are thinking of what you will tell your wife in the morning. You can't pay school fees. The man goes to bed and won't wake up. I will say, God, please take my life. Why am I living? When a man cannot take care of his immediate family, what life is it anymore? And you don't want people to react. Young men leave school, no work, and they see somebody who rigged an election and goes to Abuja and he buys a armored-plated jeep for 160 million, and you want him to go and sleep. His parents sell their property to train our young men and women, and they come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. They can't say good morning, thank you to their parents. They will look at their parents without any hope of tomorrow. Parents who have trained their children, we should have hope that their children should get back to train, take care of them. But it's not the case in Nigeria. And we don't appear, our legislators are not interested. The executive all over the place are not interested. So I don't know how this problem will be sorted out. I normally find it very difficult to discuss a profession that I'm not one. But common sense also tells you that you can reason. If somebody is talking, you can reason. But it's painful because some patriotic peoples, I saw 1 or 2 senators there who left everything they were doing to come to the Supreme Court with some hope. Because if you listen to the judgment of the appeal court, it was fundamentally very literate, accommodating on every aspect of it. So people were very hopeful that the appeal court would uphold the judgment of the Court of Appeal. The Supreme Court will uphold the judgment of the Court of Appeal, and that would have been a case done for. But unfortunately, because if you were in the Supreme Court, like I was, we were there as early as 8:30 in the morning. And when he started running this judgment, on every aspect of that case, he condemned it. The Supreme Court condemned the federal government of Nigeria. In fact, they used the word illegality not less than 20 times. The killing of people at Nnamdi Kanu's father's compound, they even named the number of people killed, the rendition from Kenya, how he was kidnapped. It was difficult to believe that after condemning the security services for unauthorized and unorthodox behavior, kidnapping Nigerians and killing people anyhow, I have never seen a court with that kind of finality in terms of condemning public officers who were working for government, telling them, you don't take the laws into your hands, only to finally, because they said they disagreed with the appeal court, that the lower court had no jurisdiction. It was the basis of what they are doing, but they should now go back to that court because it has jurisdiction to hear the case in the first place. That's just a matter of it. So if Nnamdi Kanu dies, after all this illegality, what case are they going to hear? This boy has been under detention for how many years now? Even the Supreme Court was asking all these questions too. The illegality that has been meted against him, and yet they say we'll go back again to the federal high courts, where we'll start begging for bail. Even condemned the government, that court, for revoking his bail. That was the exact statement of the Supreme Court. So you don't even know the basis of their final decision. So when people say that there is a judicial rascality in this country, you cannot but agree with those people, because unless it affects you, you won't appreciate why they said so. Because when you at the whole Supreme Court, everybody bent his face down. All lawyers were so astonished. To talk of embarrassment is an understatement. But in all cases, as a Christian, we give glory to God.
So, my people, you guys can hear what this man has to say about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. To be honest, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's continuous detention, it's so bad. Imagine putting a man in 6 years detention without him seeing his family or his lawyers. Like, these people went as far as denying him access to lawyers and access to his family, and also sometimes access to water. Now, like, people are many reactions online. People are talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's son, who was seen on the 30th May sit-at-home, where he was giving a special speech. He was actually speaking from justice and no boldness. This is to show you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is really the he's really the son of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. To be honest, many people have been reacting to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's continuous detention as well as trial. So I want you guys to actually listen to what this man have to say about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's continuous detention, and I'll be right back.
Nobody is asking how Nnamdi Kanu was brought into Nigeria from Kenya. In fact, everybody has stopped asking. But that's a question that we should ask. Nnamdi Kanu is a British citizen. The British were also part of this whole thing, because it would never have succeeded without British support. The DSS has come out to say that they are not the ones that did it. The witness during Nnamdi Kanu's court case said that he was from airport. He received Nnamdi Kanu and took him straight to the DSS dungeon. Then you ask, who exactly carried out that mission? The British agency and Nigerian agency collaborated to pin Nnamdi Kanu down. That goes on to show you the reasons why there has been no effort by the British to support Nnamdi Kanu and make sure that his stay in DSS comes to an end and in fact gets his freedom. I'm saying this because the British have a mandate to protect their citizens who are facing trials in foreign countries. Yes. Yes. Fact check me. In fact, I'm going to read you something now to show you the rights of British citizens, to protection against unfair trials in foreign countries. And in fact, they have a mandate. The British consuls have a mandate, to stand by a British citizen who is undergoing trial in foreign countries. And since Nnamdi Kanu has been going in this trial, have you seen the British recently come to his aid effectively? In fact, let me tell you, to add to you, the British fight against illegal detention against its citizens in foreign countries. Yes. They fight against it. They lobby against it until that person receives fair trial and fair sentencing. That is the extent the British can go in ensuring that anybody carrying their passport will never be left behind. Let me read you briefly on the role of the British, of the UK, in defense of their citizens around the world. Listen very carefully. Number one, the British provides consular support. Yes, from the embassy of the country that the person is being held, the British ensure that the person is tried in line with local and international, international standards. And also, it will raise concern if the trial process appears not to be fair or the rights of the person are being violated. This is one point of what the British does to ensure that their citizen is not being, witch hunted or so. And so far, Kanu has spent 4 years in the DSS dungeon. Have the British ever released any statements to say the trial was unjust? Because 4 years in DSS dungeon is not a trial. It is just even now recently that a trial had decided to begin officially. So why haven't the British come out to condemn or pressure the Nigerian government in trying this man rightly and making sure that Nnamdi Kanu doesn't languish in solitary confinement? That is food for thought. That is the food for thought. Number two, monitoring of the case. British consular officials may attend trials as observers. They can advocate for fair treatment, but cannot get somebody actually out of jail or demand that the case to be dropped. Just like you said, they are supposed to be there during his trial in consular services. British embassies in Abuja, just close by. How many white men did you see in the court for the past few days? How many Oyibo did you see in court? So supporting Nnamdi Kanu all this while, standing by their citizen. How many white men do you see? Nobody. They've abandoned this man because they are the ones that put him there. They are the ones that went to Kenya. They are the ones that played the major role in making sure that they assist in catching this man for the government. See, let me tell you something like that. Clear conscience fears no accusation. It is their conscience that is worrying them. How can you put somebody in cell and be coming to the cell to check the person? You cannot do it now because you are the one that put him there. Look at the court. They're not even in the court. You don't hear any statement from them. They have Twitter account, Facebook account, UK in Nigeria. UK government in Nigeria has accounts. Have you seen them tweet, say anything about the citizen? If Nnamdi Kanu was a white man now without passport, you will never hear word in the House of Assembly in UK. You will never hear word. They will talk about it till tomorrow comes. Let's keep on going. Diplomatic pressure. High profile or controversial cases where due process or not followed or allegations of torture arises, the UK government may raise the case at diplomatic levels or with international bodies. Yes, that is what I'm trying to tell you. When this Gambayan of a man that had Binance had issue with Nigerian government and he was nearly condemned to prison, what happened to him? The US government increased pressure, did everything possible to ensure that the man was, released and sent back to the country. They had to cancel all the trials. They had to cancel all the cases that he had. Everything struck off overnight. Just because they had negotiated it and it has been accepted, and now he has been released. Whatever they did under the board, we don't know. But the countries agreed that this man should be released. And Nigerian government released him. What stopped UK government from going that same way to apply pressure to ensure that this man is also released? What stopped the UK government from doing this same thing? What? Okay, let's go on. Humanitarian and legal rights advocacy. The UK may push for improvements in prison conditions or medical care. In some rare instances, they might assist in appeals or requests for clemency, especially in death penalty. Nnamdi Kanu was sick the other day. He complained of his ear, his chest, his heart, everything was worrying the guy. Did you see UK government pressure? He was even saying that he should go and see his doctor. They refused. The government refused. Did the UK now come and say, okay, we want our citizens to receive proper medical health care. We are sending in doctors. Okay, send in doctors from UK or from the embassy to take care of this man. Did you send any doctor? Nothing. They've abandoned this man. And what do you think? They abandoned him because they are the ones who put him there. These imperialists are not to be trusted at all. They can do anything for resources. Anything for resources. They can throw anybody under the bus for natural resources. It's always for the greater good of their country all the time. They don't mind. Number 5, no legal representation. The UK government does not pay for legal costs or represent citizens in court. That one is okay. Kanu never asked anybody, to pay his legal fees. He never asked anybody to represent him. All he wants is consular support. Yes, consular support is UK support. Your country supports you, backing you. It goes a long way. It's like somebody, you have a problem with somebody, you don't have anybody to protect you or to stand for you. People look at you, where's your father? No day. Your mother? No day. Your brother? You don't have. Your sister? You don't have. They can do you anything they like because you don't have anybody. But why would the UK come and provide such support when they are the ones that actually put him in that place? It's the UK that put Nnamdi Kanu in that cell he is now. They are the ones that bundled Nnamdi Kanu on behalf of Nigerian government. I will say it again, clearly. I will say it again because even recently, like I said, the DSA said they are not the ones that arrested Nnamdi Kanu. Until today, no other security agency has come out to claim that they are the ones that rendition Nnamdi Kanu, leaving us with two options: the Kenyan government itself or the UK security M13. Yes. Security agents of the UK, the SS, the CIA of the UK. Among the two, who do you think? And even the Kenyan government has come out to say that they did not do it, leaving us now with only one option. The UK. They are the ones that use their agents on behalf of Nigeria to abduct this man and send him back to Nigeria. Dumped him there. Never even came out to represent him because they are the ones that put him there. Did not show any body language matters in life. See, I want to advise all of you watching this video. Watch out for body language. People.
The federal government has 4 more days to present its evidence against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I repeat, the federal government, led by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has 4 more days to present its evidence against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and also pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He needs our prayers. If you're an Igbo person from the southeast, pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because it is not possible that you get justice in a corrupt judicial system. Near impossibility that you get justice in a system that has no respect for human rights, no justice, no equity, no fairness. It is very, very, very impossible. So pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I told you before that this current administration is interested in politics. They are not interested in the rule of law. They are interested in politics. Whatever it can use to play politics so that it can stay in power 8 years. They are so much interested in it. In the first place, why go on a trial whereby the person that is prosecuting has committed or reportedly committed a crime? Somebody commits a crime, but he's prosecuting another person for another crime. Why do we have this trial in the first place? That's why I said it is very difficult for you to get justice in a corrupt judicial system. So pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and get ready for what is coming next. Now, if you believe that you can get your freedom from the Nigerian government, if you believe that you can get your freedom from the Finland government, if you believe that you can get your freedom from the United States, I have an island that I will sell for you in Enugu State. An island surrounded with water that I will sell for you in Enugu State. I've told people over and over again, freedom comes from within and it helps your expression. You behave like a freeborn, then freedom comes to you. Not like you are behaving like the victim. I told some people that Nnamdi Kanu going to defeat the federal government in their courts. In their courts, would they let him go even if he defeats them? Now look under Buhari, look at the judgment. The federal government decides, however, on which judgment it is going to obey and which one it is not going to obey. Have you heard this statement? You cannot win the federal government. Have you heard it? You cannot win the federal government. So be prepared for whatever that is coming, because I know this current administration is not interested. Is not interested in giving you freedom or releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whether the court says otherwise. You see, the hands behind Nnamdi Kanu's prosecution is beyond Nigeria. Remember, we have been fighting Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba. We are fighting ourselves. The main people that are controlling the whole scene, they are imperialists too, and we have a willing tool in the Fulani. So this is bigger than the judge Omotosho. He's just saying, we have 6 more days. Please present it. If not, I'll strike it out. If you strike it out, if the fragment does not present enough evidence and you strike it out, would you set this man free? Would you, if really the Nigerian government want to take this the right way, this man will have been free a very long time. But we are looking for ways to nail this man, left, right, center. Now they are dragging. GSS says we did not arrest. We denied. No, we don't know about it. So many denials in the court. GSS is saying that we did not put this man, we did not subject this man to whatever. We did not do this. So many denials. With GSS and co, with these denials, do you think that this young man will get justice in the Nigerian court? So if you're a person and you're supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the Biafra ideology or Igbo nation, whatsoever, don't think that you're going to get just ordinary Nigerian. They don't get justice for their own country. Ordinary Nigerian, if you protest for their own country, not to talk of you, an Igbo man who is seen as a threat, an Igbo man who is seen as the enemy, as the aggressor. However, after the Biafra civil war, remember, some people were instrumental to that war, and those people are not Nigerians. The British, they have a hand in everything. Look at all over the world. Go around the world. Look at what is happening in Gaza, Israel and Palestine. The foundation of the problem is the British. The British, as small as that country is, they have a hand, if not 60% of all the crisis going on in the world today. Do your research. A war broke out, and the British media, BBC, say, Igbo coup. They wanted to plant, that division they have planted, it don't germinate, it don't become Iroko tree, to the extent that you cannot fight for your liberation. Any day the Yoruba people say, we want a Yoruba nation, you will see the other side of the Fulani, the other side of other parts of Nigeria. The reason why I wanted a Southern president or a Southern person to restructure this country is because Southerners are the ones that really would buy the idea of restructuring Nigeria. They are the ones that will buy the idea. Not Fulani-led Northern Nigeria. The Fulani does not have a place. They see Nigeria as their fatherland. If Nigeria starts liberating itself, the Fulani will be one of the biggest losers because they are one of the biggest reapers in Nigeria, with position and having access to natural resources of the indigenes, especially the outsiders. So the British will never want Nigeria to achieve its potential by restructuring, because the evil that has been planted by the same British has germinated that we cannot stay together under these guys. If there's a restructuring and everybody decides to come together, there's a mutual understanding, not the one that British amalgamated everybody together. Look at the attitude of the Westerners, of the imperialists, towards people who rise in Africa to liberate their people. Look at the attitude. Look at the propaganda that the West has been pushing for a very long time, over hundreds of years. The lies. It's like the Fulani learnt it from the British, or the British learnt it from the Fulani. Changing the narrative. Social engineering. That is why an average Nigerian is foolish and he does not understand what good governance is, because of the social engineering. So if you don't pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you just need your prayer. God should intervene for that young man, because as I look at it, the Nigerian government is on you, that you are putting hope. Somebody told me Nnamdi Kanu will come out. How? How will he come out? If Nigeria is not restructured, Nnamdi Kanu, there's zero. The percentage of him coming out is very, very slim. It is a restructuring that will make Nnamdi Kanu get his freedom. If a federal government or a Southern president or whoever of the Nigerian government decides to restructure both the 1999 constitution, empower the regional developments, and also some other small touches to our laws, Nnamdi Kanu could accept the regional system. Because as it is, Nnamdi Kanu no go accept, say, make it drop Biafra with this one Nigeria. One Nigeria will benefit Fulani. Nnamdi Kanu no go accept, make it drop Biafra. Number one, even if he accepts to drop Biafra, my brother, it is to his own detriment too, because Biafra is bigger than Ojukwu, bigger than Uwazirike, bigger than Nnamdi Kanu or Somanekwa, whoever that has come to say and fight for Biafra. Biafra is bigger than them. Nnamdi Kanu has sacrificed a lot. He says we have crossed the Rubicon. He has sacrificed a lot, and he has come this far to reject or say I'm giving up on the Biafra agitation, because I know that is what the government wants to do. If he can be able to run that for the government, they will find a way to release him. So all this one we are doing abracadabra in court, left, right, center, front, back, center. You are moving this, you are moving that. And we obtained this thing. They went back to 2015. You have not looked at the issue of how he came into Nigeria. How you said he jumped bail. What happened? You have not administered justice to that. You are playing around. Typical of an APC administration. So pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because Africa always destroys its liberators. If you want to rise up and liberate.
So my people, like I keep telling you guys, that the federal governments know what they are doing about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They know what they are doing. They know the fact that they just know the reason why they're keeping that man in continuous detention. they know the reason. Now they went as far as saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail. Actually, he didn't jump bail. He was actually running from his life because these people had to send military people to his house. I think 2017 to buy him. But unfortunately, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu escaped, and not only that, they bought 24 people. Though they didn't call the names of people, but they bought 24 people in his compound. This is what was very, very bad. Now, many people have been reacting to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case as well as Simon Ekpa's case too. Many people have been reacting to it. Now, many people are saying that because you guys know that Simon Ekpa went to court that's yesterday, and many people are reacting to it, saying that Simon Ekpa wasn't actually looking good. He was looking sad. But for me, I feel that the reason why he is like that is because he was backstabbed. He was backstabbed. How can you feel that people who you're fighting for, who you're fighting for the liberation for, they will come at your back and be saying hateful comments about you, saying things that they're not ought to say? You know, it's not nice at all. And many people are saying that people are throwing hateful comments, saying that he's supposed to even be in prison by now, which is totally wrong. I want you guys to just listen to what this man has to say about Simon Ekpa's case, and let us actually see what is really going to happen in this Simon Ekpa's case. Guys, take a look at this video and I'll be right back.
All right. Good evening, wonderful people of Biafra. Sorry, I'm making this video very late at night. Just coming in from work was a very stressful day for me today. Yes, a lot of you have been chatting me, and then a lot of you have been worried. I saw my prime minister. What is going on? He looks this, he looks that, he looks. Yes, he was actually in Prajahami court in Lahti, Finland today for the very first time in 7 months, or should I say 6 months, that he was called in for questioning. And a prime minister, when he came out, he looked worn out. He looks like almost defeated. He looks troubled. He looks, tired, and he looks very kind of disappointed at the people he called his own brothers. You know, he's not worried because he's going to court, and I can tell you for sure, he's not worried because he's going to be facing legal battles. But I know that there are so many disappointments that is going through his mind realistically. Number one is that I told you people that Nigeria doesn't know what they're doing. They don't know what they've got themselves into, and I'm telling you, believe you me, they don't know what they've got themselves into. Okay, this is it. Our prime minister is, you can see the way he's looking. He's looking very disturbed. He's looking very disturbed in the sense that, you know, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm going to say it the way it is. He knows that Nigeria can never win him. But are the people he trusted so much, trying to liberate them, and then they went and then backstabbed him. And secondly, that backstabbing led to a lot of loss of life. The sabotage led to a lot of destruction of life. You know, even up to today, they are still unaliving our people. Fulani headers are still going on rampage. So our prime minister knows all these things. So the charges that was brought against him was terrorist incitement on social media. And this is what the prosecutor is saying, that they should jail him for 6 years. And I laugh. You know, Nigeria, they are too quick to fool themselves. Now, there is nowhere in the world that I have seen a terrorist, you know, a particular country asking for terrorists to be jailed for 6 years. I've never seen that anywhere in my life. In all the court proceedings or process I've, you know, witnessed, and some of the, you know, terrorists that was arrested in US was sentenced to death immediately. Some of them was given life imprisonment, not 6 years. So, but though the magistrates discovered that Simon Ekpa was fighting for the independent state of Biafra that has existed before now. So now, the lawyer argued that the information that was provided was in corroboration, like I said before on my video, by the Nigerian police and the Finnish police, that it can never be trusted. And at the end of the day, they asked my prime minister, are you guilty? And he said he's not guilty. So this is where the problem lies. Who is, because this is just the first hearing of the case. Okay, what happened? Are you guilty or not guilty? Before they step into the main case. And like I told you people, that Nigeria has actually, shot themselves in the foot. They wanted to extradite Simon Ekpa. It didn't work. Now, what Simon Ekpa is doing with Finland now is dragging them to Finland and to the International Criminal Court. That is what is happening. And now, Tinubu can no longer sleep. I'm telling you the truth. The reason why you see him in that manner, it wasn't because he's defeated, because he looks defeated. It wasn't because he's defeated, but he was so disappointed at the people that he trusted so much. And he's thinking, upon all my efforts, this is what these people have to pay me with. Though he knows what to do when it comes out. And like I said, let us allow the court process. Mazi Simon Ekpa can never be jailed. Not on this planet Earth. Go and mark my word anywhere. You see the way the case is going. I told you Nigeria is set up for disaster. Nigeria is set up for the worst that is coming to them. And I'm telling you the truth. I don't sugarcoat word. Like I said, my platform is not monetized. So I'm not looking for monetization. I'm not looking for money or whatever. So what is happening today, Biafrans, you have to be very happy, because the next time you will see a prime minister, you see him in a different form. I'm telling you. Oh, some people said, oh, look at him. He's now scared. I don't think you know what you're talking about. Prime Minister is laser focused on what he's coming to do. And I'm telling you the truth. You see, for once, I've never shaken. For once, I've never looked defeated. For once, I've never come here to tell you lies. And I'm telling you, go and sleep. Go and be drinking champagne. You don't know what is in the pipeline. If you do, you'll be very happy that we have gotten to this stage. I'm telling you the truth. Believe you me. Now, for those of you that are rejoicing that, oh, look at the way he's looking now, we dealt with him. Fear the return of this man. It's going to be very disastrous. Because at the end of the day, the court, this is not what Nigerian government wanted, to be honest. This is never their plan. Their plan, if you listen, extradition. What is happening today, Musa? Are they not no more extraditing him again? You see, Nigeria is just full of deceit and lies. And we cannot stand and watch those lies happen again. Not on this. You see, the Biafrans that are in this struggle are more madder than the people that are fighting for this Biafra. We are madder. Because today I am defending my mandate. I am defending my vote that I voted, because over 70 million Biafran voted for this independent state of Biafra. And one idiot want to destroy the whole thing. We can never. And Biafra, remember, today was the opening of our new embassy in United States of America. And, Madam Ngozi Oraweze did fantastically well. And Mr. Solomon Okwacha, the defense minister, they did wonderfully well. I think the video is going to be online before tomorrow morning. So Biafrans, airborne, we are heading home. I'm telling you, just forget whatever you see. It is okay if you ask me questions. I'm going to put it out there to you guys, or for you guys to, hear. Don't worry. We are on the right track. Prime Minister knows what he's doing. He's not defeated. You could see, he came with his suit. Now, some people will say, oh, it was the suit that they arrested him. Let me tell you people something you need to know in abroad. Yeah? If you are arrested and you are detained, they will give you an uniform to wear. You cannot wear your normal clothes. So look at somebody you said that was detained in, somebody said, I was waiting for one guy that usually lie that Prime Minister is in court today, and look at what he said. I think I've not seen him make videos, but that's their business. But we are giving you the raw things there. So Prime Minister is looking fresh, And he's just disturbed about what is going on, about the plan he has planned for 5 years. And some Ogenkere.
So my people, you guys said what this young man said about Simon Ekpa. To be honest, nothing is actually going wrong here, because definitely we know that Simon Ekpa is going to be vindicated. We all will know that one day God is going to do his own, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa is going to be released. Though many people have been saying some hateful comments about him, which is not supposed to be so. That is very, very bad. Someone who has fought for the freedom of Indi Igbos, someone that has done everything to be able to liberate the Indi Igbos, and all he could get was a backstab, betrayed people, even left. People went as far as saying he's a terrorist. People went as far as saying that everything that is happening in the southeast, that he's the one causing it, which is so bad. Anyway, guys, I want you guys to let me know your thoughts below on what you really think about what this man has said. Let me know what you think about Simon Ekpa's trial, as well as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Guys, let me know by dropping your comment below. And also, if you know you're new to this channel, please don't forget to click the subscribe button, like and share. So guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in my next live section.